But what's up, y'all? I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the We Want More podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris.
Pepsi, he's out right now, but he'll pop in. He on his way back. He was in Virginia with his cousins this weekend. But he'll pop in probably about like in 40 minutes or an hour into this. Yeah. We on episode 74. 74, yeah, we moving forward, man. Please be sure to like, subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this on. Please stop right now. If you listen to this, scroll down, give us 5 stars, man. Don't act like you're gonna do it. I know you keep going saying, you're at home right now, you're sitting on your couch, you're doing nothing, life passing you by. Don't wait. Stop right now, do it. Come on, man. Scroll down, give us 5 stars. And if you got some words for us, leave a review, man. I definitely appreciate that. I pay attention to all the comments, just trying to figure out how to get this.
Yeah, how do you sleep at night, dude? How the fuck do you, like...
I don't.
And you don't be, like, fucking... You don't get fucked up or nothing? You just be falling asleep, like, natural or shit?
Yeah,
after reading comments? It's insane.
Yeah, but other than that, how you been?
Well, judging from that previous comment, you might assume not great. But actually, I'm all right. I'm fine. Everything's going well. Nothing to promote right now, but keep on soldiering on, everybody.
Yeah. You? No, I'm good. So when we last recorded, it was actually right before I was headed to the Baltimore show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I did the Baltimore show. That was actually a great time. It was a mixed crowd. It was a real diverse crowd, which I didn't expect because it's Baltimore, but I guess Baltimore is just like everywhere else getting gentrified.
Yeah, it's gentrifying kind of rapidly.
Yeah, so it was a good mix of black and white people, but it was a great turnout. Then what else did I do? I also, this past week, Thursday, I went to Atlantic City. I did a show out there, which was actually a surprisingly good time.
Yeah, Atlantic City is... You're in for surprises if you go to Atlantic City, for sure.
Yeah, and it was crazy. It was a few surprises, actually. So when I got to Atlantic City, driving down there, I parked, get to the show, and I'm trying to pay for the meter, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm putting my card in the meter, but my card wouldn't go in. So I'm like, why the fuck is this not working? And then I look, somebody left their card in there. So now... I'm like, oh shit, I could just use their card to pay for my meter. But I'm like, all right, let me...
You want to type in your license plate number when you're doing fraud?
But I was like, they're in Atlantic City. Like, Atlantic City is one of those places where you only go if you live close by. Yeah. Or, so
Atlantic City, a.k.a. Black Las Vegas.
Yeah, so I'm like, let me look up this person's... on Facebook or something, because they either gotta be just from the area or they probably vacationing close by, like Philly, Delaware, something like that. So I look up the person name, they pop up on Facebook. It was a comedian. So I'm like, oh shit, this a comic. Like, so I sent her a message like, hey, this is a shot in the dark, but I just found the credit card with your name on it. Like, was wondering if you lost your credit card. So walk to my show, hold the card on me. I walk in there, she's on stage.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah. So
she must have had some good karma.
Right. So basically what happened was she said she had got to the show maybe like a half hour or 45 minutes before me. Yeah. And I guess that Atlantic City is so desolate that nobody else tried to use that meter.
Yeah. It's the only beach town with tumbleweeds. It's a very strange place to be.
It's the only beach with crackheads. Yeah, so it ended up being a good show. But then,
wait, every beach got crackheads, don't it? I mean, you've been to you've been to California, right?
No.
Oh, you never been to California? Yeah, everybody on that, they're all like home. There's like beaches of just people just live there.
I get okay, that makes sense. That does make sense.
Yeah, like they just rollerblade. Mm-hmm. Like you ever see like the video like the guy with the thong and he's rollerblade and shit? Yeah, that's California basically. Okay,
that makes sense. No,
I think like Venice Beach. That's where you see that shit.
Yeah, I haven't been out there because I just didn't want to go yet until I'm working. So that's what like my goal. I'm trying to get there this year.
The way you don't want to just travel just for fucking
fun.
Just you don't want to lose money on travel.
I guess that's the real reason.
That's a very comics way of thinking.
Yeah.
Like I want to go places, but only if somebody will pay me.
Yeah. So the show, it actually ended up being a good crowd. Like the comics on the show, because of Atlantic City, you know, it's kind of like a touristy crowd or like a casino crowd. So the comics before me, they were saying like how terrible the crowd was, but I had an amazing time. Like I love these people, and like, you know, just getting to talk to the people when I was on stage. It was a black family. It was a big black family in there. So I was asking them like, where were they from? And they said they were from Michigan. So I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I love like Michigan. I'm like, y'all niggas will make a Tubi movie every day, right? And then I was going on to explain to the white people what Tubi movies are. I was like, yeah, it's like basically just like a movie, just niggas forget to finish it. So then afterwards I was talking to them and like just thanking them. Like all the other comics left, but I stayed around to thank like the people. And one guy he came up to me, he was like, yo man, like we really enjoyed you. He was like, yeah, I used to play ball back in the day, but my son play ball now. So now I'm not really paying any attention to him saying this. I'm just thinking this is just like how regular old niggas talk.
Right.
So his son followed me on Instagram. I'll leave, look like, and I go look. This nigga's in the NFL. Like his son is this dude Chris Jenkins. He plays for the Cincinnati Bengals, and his dad was in the NFL too. His dad was like a Pro Bowl defensive player in the early 2000s.
That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, it's Atlantic City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense because that is kind of like a fun place to go.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a hometown for some people, but you will run into some people that actually like can afford to gamble.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So that it was cool. It was a good week of shows all around, man. It was cool. But other than that, I wanted to talk about the last time we recorded. So I guess, matter of fact, this was actually might have been the episode before. Somebody left a comment where about our Anthony Mackie discussion about like just as far as like masculinity. And I want to pull up the exact comment of what this person said. So we were talking.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, when we were talking about Anthony Mackie, the whole situation about like, is masculinity
is dead?
Is it fading away? And we were just saying how, like, you know, we feel like it's just, well, I know I stated that I don't think masculinity is going anywhere. It's just that people have a problem with the LGBTQ community getting more representation. And the person that left this comment, so one thing I do like about our podcast is that we have such a diverse audience.
Yeah, we got homophobes.
Right, yeah.
We got gay people. We got women. We got misogynists. We got whole groups of people and the people that hate them. It's actually unironically a great position to be in because then you can find some middle ground.
Yeah, because that's what I kind of wanted to avoid, just having one specific type of audience, because you don't want to just say some shit to the people that already know that information. Like, you don't want to kind of come off preachy to the niggas that already agree with the message. Yeah,
I feel like we're in a climate of if somebody's wrong, like, you know, politically incorrect or just like factually incorrect, we're just like yell at them and shit.
Right.
And I mean, some people do need to be punched in the fucking mouth for shit they say, but some people just need to be like, look, you're coming from the wrong perspective, and here's why.
Right. So. And because that was like the whole thing with remember J. Cole and No Name, they got into their situation?
I do remember something happening. I don't remember the exact.
So J. Cole, his whole like thing with No Name, and No Name, the point she were making was definitely great, but his thing was like, you know, sometimes you might come off a little strong with the message to the people that need to hear it, and it might turn off the people that actually need to hear it. So that's why I try to be open to when people give us I like when people disagree with us, like just to hear their perspective and like just to try to open them up to ours. And I'm really glad that we do this with like I'm glad that I podcast with you because I have friends that like when I talk to them sometimes and I think like the world doesn't need to hear some of your ideas.
Yeah.
Like I got friends that are great people, but I'm like like well they're great people, but like they're genuinely good friends. But because of their circumstance, their mindset is so closed.
I get that, and I feel that
Yeah.
way about some of my friends too. To where I'm just like, I wanna like educate you, but
Yeah.
also like fucking, it's too late, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah, cause it's like I got friends that friends and family where it's like all they know is within like the same 15-minute radius. It's like they've been living in that same area their whole life. They end up working in that same area their whole life. So it's like this is all they know. Whereas like once you start to travel more, like Nipsey Hussle, he has this line that like he said, once you travel the world, you ain't returning the same. And that shit is like really real. Like once you start to come across different people, different cultures and stuff like that. So this person said, this comment, they said, y'all are funny, but that whole talk about LGBT representation was very sus. You sound like a liberal white woman. I don't know how any normal straight man could still be chill with the alphabet people in the year 2025 after all the insanity we've witnessed in the past decade.
Damn, I was gonna say this sounds like a run-on sentence, but this is like pretty grammatically like structurally. This is like, I mean, he forgot a period at the end, but this is actually like solid grammar. So I mean, clearly it's a person that's capable of reason, but they're just all the way in the wrong fucking direction. I feel like we either talked about this or just people just keep saying the same shit.
No,
like people are just like, how the fuck could you possibly like gay people?
No, but not even just that. It's like, nigga, you don't see my dog and how much I go to Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
Nigga, I am a liberal white woman. Nigga, y'all can't see my feet, but I'm sitting right here with Target slippers on.
Yeah, how do you fucking go to Trader Joe's, Starbucks, fucking we're not going, I guess Target, we're boycotting them. Boo.
Yeah.
But Trader Joe's, Starbucks, and Target, you can't go in those places and be angry when you see two niggas kissing. That you walking into that of your own volition. Right. So you either learn to accept some things and be at peace with God, or you just have high blood pressure and die at 55.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see some queer shit when I go to Trader Joe's to get the Scandinavian swimmers.
Yeah, and this is really why niggas die so early, because you fucking just angry at shit.
Yeah,
just watching somebody fucking watching fucking the goddamn news, DEI and fucking protests, and then you just die because you're angry about shit.
And the thing is, right, like a lot of times people will say things like people will say, you're pandering to this cause, stuff like that. And I think people confuse pandering with just showing empathy for other people.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm not pandering just because I know how to step outside of myself and look at somebody else's perspective. Where, people say, oh, you're pandering to trans people, they're taking over. It's like, how often do you actually see a trans person?
Yo, it's really like
sometimes
there is no trans people. Like they don't even exist. Yeah, and you're mad at them.
The position, like the percentage of them is like they're less than 1% of the population.
Yeah, it's like, how do you really want to just like fucking smother these people out of existence?
And sometimes you might see somebody that you think is trans. It's like it's just an ugly nigga.
Yeah, that's the same point.
No, but
yeah, I don't know. There is a line where I know like it's middle ground, but that's what I was saying. Like some people, if you are a person of some sort of on the margins of society, and if there's people that aren't willing to like accept you, there's no like educating everybody. Some people you gotta just ignore, maybe punch them, like Nazis and fucking what is it, the TERFs or whatever the fuck, or goddamn
like J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, those people.
J.K. Rowling, she be going too hard.
The Kevin Samuels type niggas, like some people just gotta be fucking shot out of a cannon.
But yeah, so it's like, as a normal straight man, it just once you like really start to travel and you just realize like none of this shit means anything. Like look, like the problems that you have a problem with this segment. It's like the people that do have a problem with these like groups, whether it be LGBT people, immigrants, most of the people that have problems with different groups don't even come in contact with these groups. It's just what they see in the media.
Yeah, and I think I would like to encourage everybody to be open-minded about shit and just think. Like, everybody likes to think that they're open-minded, but if you're angry at a group of people or even a person you've never met before, you've never even spoken to, that's weird, and that's normal right now to do that. But that's not, now that we have contact with everybody, we feel like, now I know them. You know what I mean? There's a point that I'm trying to make there, which is like we have such like the proximity we have to other people is like it's virtual. So we feel like, we might feel like we know what's going on in Detroit just from watching Tubi movies, but we don't really know what's going on other than the shit that we're seeing. And that's, I feel like, how people are molding their perspectives on other people.
Exactly.
Virtually.
That's a great point, because if we left at the Tubi, we would just think that Detroit is just all strippers and drug dealers.
Yeah, and I don't think we're far off, but
it might be some truth to that. Yeah. But there is also rappers that's rapping off beat.
Yeah. And the other thing about like homophobia in 2025 is it's outdated. It's like wearing fucking rocker wear, dude. It's just not cool no more. Not even that, it's just it's morally reprehensible, and two, it's just like we not wearing that no more, nigga. Yeah. The fuck you still doing that shit for? Like Will Smith, this nigga dropping an album. This nigga will do everything but come out the closet. We don't give a fuck if you're gay, nigga. Just stop doing weird shit. You heard this nigga's album? And he on there doing fucking, I don't know what kind of raps he's doing over 2011 Rick Ross mixtape beats and shit. Like, this shit is terrible.
Will Smith raps is like, if Chance is Charmander, he's definitely Charizard.
Dude, and like, look at the album cover.
No, Will, and
you think he not hiding something from God in this picture, nigga?
And I love Will, but Will pissing me off with the social media shit.
That's your fucking
that's
Jesus.
my neighborhood.
Yeah, born and raised,
bro.
Y'all probably spent most of your days on the same playground.
We definitely did, cause like I used to go to Testons, and that's where like that street that he got named after him, right on 59th Street.
I did see that. Congratulations to him on that. Also, we are not angry at you, Will. We just want you to be normal. Yeah.
No, but Will, he pissing me off with the social media shit. Like, why is B Simone on the album?
Why? Did she make music?
No, but it's that, and that's the thing.
What is she?
It's like next he gonna start doing light skin, dark skin skits with Desi Banks. It's like, nigga, you're a legend. You don't have to do this shit, man.
Yeah, he's fucking. You remember you recommended I watch Enemy of the State? I think it was like a couple weeks back. I actually did watch it.
You like it?
Yeah, it was fucking actually really good. It was just it was a great 90s movie. Like when I think of like the movies that I really loved watching growing up, like that's the vibe.
That was a good ass movie, man.
I think it was like the last, and I'm gonna nerd out a little bit, but the way movies look nowadays, or they looked during, leading up to now. Yeah. We phased out film cameras and shit, but I think they used like a really high tech, like $100,000 film camera for that movie, and I'm realizing like that's the type of shit, like that's like a good nostalgia trigger for me. Like those movies were like the really high end, like 1990s or whatever 2000s film cameras and fucking like the music and shit.
Yeah, you had 90s Regina King.
Yeah, dude, it was just
Whoa.
everything about that was great. Like
Yeah.
I've been having trouble watching movies a lot because
But you know
they
what?
suck.
You know
But that was 2.5 hours. I just sat through that shit.
Yeah, that was a good ass movie. But you know what's sad? Like not to make it too sad, but you know, Gene Hackman's body hasn't been claimed yet. Like his kids still haven't claimed his body or the his caretaker. So I wonder what they going to do with that.
Gene Hackman was in that movie, right?
Yeah, he was the old guy.
He was the fucking the guy with the glasses, the ornery guy.
Yeah, but so his kids, they haven't claimed his body. So I wonder what they do with like.
Well, first of all, they gonna fuck it. Somebody that works in the morgue is gonna fuck the body first, and then they're gonna throw it out. You're not gonna just throw out perfectly bodies, bro. It's not happening in America. You know that's why they try not to hire men in like funeral homes and morgues. Yeah, you know, because the bodies, dude. And it's crass of me to say that way, and I understand that it's not. I'm making light of it, but it happens. It might not be the first thing that should come to my mind. I'll give you that. But a legend come through the motherfucking morgue, naked, defenseless. You alone in the basement?
Oh shit!
Yeah, man, they be doing that shit.
God damn, man.
That is insane that they didn't claim the body. And I do wonder what they actually, like, on paper, what do they do?
But I get, he did leave his kids out the will.
Oh, yeah, fuck him. I mean, even if you got $30, you give your kids $5, you know? You give them something. Unless they're, like, complete pieces of shit, which is normally your fault. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, if I get left out of my dad's will, I hope somebody fucks his body. I don't want to put that kind of karma out there. That might get me left out of the family will for saying shit like that. But, I gotta call him later. I'll tell him not to leave me out of the will, and I'll keep the reason anonymous.
But shit, but yeah, man, I do. Like I said, as far as the comments though, I do like that. You know what I do like? I like that this person even still completely disagree with us. Our takes on the LGBT representation, but still like listen through to see what we had to say. Yeah,
well, they should because they're wrong. It's like, dude, if you don't, it's I'm not gonna say like I like gay people. Like I don't know every motherfucking, I don't even like anybody that I haven't met before technically. But I mean, to just be totally closed off to some shit that don't even affect you. Like if you are not a gay person. And you do not have sex with gay people, you basically have no intersection with them other than like the grocery store or the gym. Right. So where are you even getting this hatred from?
But even like, remember when we were talking about the election, right? At that time, it was people saying that our conversations was coming off really left leaning. And I appreciate them still listening. But I don't like how
leaning, nigga. What do you like?
But I don't even like when people say, how people say like, why does everything have to be so divided? Why can't we just stay on the middle of things? It's like, nigga, I can't stay in the middle when niggas is trying to take away rights from me.
The whole like, we are literally black people in America. Yeah, there is no middle ground. You either pick a side or you fucking sell out. Yeah. There's no goddamn. I mean, were the Black Panther Party, was anybody involved in that moderate? Yeah. Is giving free lunch to children as a political discussion? Right. Like you can say, I think children should not go to school hungry, and somebody will go, let's just think about that for a second now. Right. The cost to the taxpayer and all. It's like. So yeah, of course. When the entire world is politicized for you, you have like no choice but to be political. Like I don't want to fucking think about this shit. I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to know things. I want to sit on the fucking couch and have my brain just be washed by goddamn TV, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's too late. There's Pepsi.
Uh,
Yeah, we weren't talking about anything important. Just the future of our entire society.
all right, yeah. So
Back to left leaning. The point I was trying to make was like, I mean, I know it seems like there's conservative black people or even black people in the middle, but like there couldn't have been that fucking 60 years ago or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
like you literally had to just pick a side or like hide
right, yeah,
or die. Like, you know, like you either fucking fight for some shit, you hide the rest of your life, you know, avert your eyes when looking at white people, or you, you know, that doesn't work and then you die anyway. So, obviously we've strayed from that because we've been integrated into the system so much, but, to be surprised that black people, have, like radical left leaning ideas of any kind, it just shows that you haven't really stepped outside of yourself at all. And I'm not saying you gotta agree with me. I'm just saying you should know where this shit is coming from. I think I have some ideas that probably won't work, you know, can't be implemented, but are just good to think about. It's very possible, but they don't fucking come from nowhere.
well, the keep it in politics.
Where do you think? Where do you think you stand on this?
What I think
on this, like I don't know. We call it the compass. You know what I mean? Like a spectrum.
Yeah,
Because there's
yeah.
like.
I say it's a spectrum. I say we do have more progressive thoughts. So I think like I'm gonna always come off progressive in a sense of as long as it doesn't affect me. When it starts to affect me, like when it like if it when it comes to relationships, when it comes to things like socialism, making sure people eat, making sure people have the basic needs that everybody should have, I'm gonna always be progressive and more liberal and open to that. But when you start to impede on my stuff, when it comes to like breaking packages, like breaking in, stealing packages.
Oh yeah, death penalty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that.
that's when I become conservative.
That's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, yeah. So I wanted to talk about this Palestinian director he was basically kidnapped.
Yeah.
He was kidnapped by Israeli soldiers.
Oh, let's not get too political.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at both sides of this kidnapping.
Yeah, so he won an Oscar for a film that which was a documentary based about the West Bank occupation by the Israeli I guess what is it, the IDF?
Yeah.
So the documentary is called No Other Land, and in his acceptance speech, himself and the other co-director, in their acceptance speech, they were basically like just calling for like peace. They were calling for peace and basically just saying like, you know, what is happening has been wrong to the Palestinian people. And him going back home, he was attacked. He was attacked for this, which was like definitely some brave shit. Like, you know, rappers be thinking they tough for going back to the hood with like a chain on. This nigga went back to like a war zone.
Sorry, that took so long, but that was a bar. Yeah.
But and that's I thought you were saying that's what it sounded like. But 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 that nigga this nigga went back to like a active strike zone.
Yeah.
With a Oscar.
Yeah.
How can you not respect that?
And it's like it's really like dangerous.
Yeah, like so the soldiers. It says the soldiers they attacked him, and they said one witness said they kicked his head like a football.
Oh, it's like American football or football. That's different types of kicks. Because one's with the side of the foot, and one's like field goal.
We too fucking immature.
I'm just, if you want to, If you want to put in details, I want to know more about the details.
But and then the soldiers, they detained him and 2 other Palestinians, and he said they kept him blindfold for more than 20 hours, sitting on the floor under a blasting air conditioner. Damn, that is fucking insane.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure there's a good reason why they did this. I'm sure there's a good reason why they're kicking people's heads like a football.
And the language they were speaking Hebrew, which he didn't understand, but he only understood them saying his name and the word Oscar. So this had to do with the film, the documentary they showed in their acceptance speech. And then after, because of his status, they let him go. But imagine if this was just a regular person, a regular civilian.
Yeah, like even if he just didn't win the Oscar and shit.
Yeah, like
we wouldn't have known about him, and
right.
they probably would have been able to just kill him.
Yeah.
So, I Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, his name is
Hamdan Ball. Hamdan. It's probably like Hamdan. We from Philly. We should know how to say Muslim names.
Yeah, we should. And today is the Eid too.
Damn, we disrespecting names on Eid. My bad.
But along with the Eid, I do hope people like in Philly. I wish people could keep up with the religion past that.
Yeah, I get that.
Like niggas be praying on Germantown Ave, all united, and then it's going to be a nigga that get robbed tomorrow on that same block.
True. And I wish there was more. I wish they were a bit more peaceful about it. But I do think that Muslims have the same right that I do to not take their religion seriously until it's time to pull up and get a plate. Yeah. Like I think that Muslims and Christians both share that, that we don't give a fuck about the book, but we will celebrate the holidays and shit. So it's fair.
I get that. I get that because a nigga will rob you or shoot up a party Saturday and then go to grandma's house Easter Sunday.
I mean, if you're not sinning, what's the point of even praying for forgiveness?
No, that's a fucking bar.
Go out there and build up a fucking wish list of sins that you want forgiven. I mean, you're born a sinner either way.
Well,
I don't know if that's the Muslim perspective on it.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Oh yeah.
Because Marvin Sapp is out here wilding. And it's crazy because we just talked about him. We just talked about his tiny desk.
Yeah, he's giving him flowers a little bit too.
Yeah, and now Marvin Sapp is holding a congregation hostage.
There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight.
You see that nigga watch?
Yeah.
Like,
we saw him on the tiny desk. That nigga was wearing like a Louis sweater. We couldn't even find on the internet.
Right. That sweater had to be at least a couple thousand.
Yeah, those are probably like 3 easily.
Yeah, like come on, you can't ask me for money when I see you doing good.
Dog, this shit is despicable.
Yeah, and that's why, this is exactly the problem with trying to get young people to come to church now. Like, this will work. This is going to work on the people that's already been indoctrinated by this over generations. This is going to work on somebody grandmom easily, somebody aunts.
And it's such an easy sell. I mean, you bought some shoes, you can't give $20 to Jesus, and then obviously it's Jesus. I'm gonna give him $20. But if you think about it, without your own background and your teaching from your childhood, you might see this shit is kind of strange that he's got all this money. Now, a pastor with no money asking for donations, I don't have a problem with that at all.
Right.
I think they take advantage of it still on some level, but like if he's working a job, and he has a job too, I respect that. Like he's a singer. Like
that's what I'm saying. You. It ain't like you don't got no side hustle. Nigga, I got you on my playlist.
Yeah, he could be funding all his endeavors with his career.
Right.
He shouldn't. You're not supposed to profit off of fucking religion.
Like now, I understand. Shit, if you want to ask me for donations, you gonna have to be in the trenches like Umar. This nigga's on 33rd and Diamond in the playground. I see this nigga. Like I get it. I get it. I drive past and I see you on the jungle gym. I get why you asking for donations.
Yeah, he had birthday parties and shit.
You see him talking to the kids.
Yeah.
With the
You gotta think. They like, why the fuck is SpongeBob not standing right here? I thought this was gonna be SpongeBob. Telling niggas, all these niggas want is a Ninja Turtle toy. You telling them to avoid white women.
Whole time that's their teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, he at school like, I know you said 1 + 1 = 2, but let's talk about this whole snow bunny thing. Now, I can take math advice from you, but I can't fuck you. That's confusing to a young boy. Yeah, that shit is actually sad. Like he's got money. He's like successful enough. I don't know. I don't think I understand churches like at all. Yeah. I think I'm just so out the loop at this point. Like
no, that's actually what made me. So when I was in Brooklyn, I was going to a church. I was going to I believe that church was Brooklyn Tabernacle. This was like right off of J Street Metro Tech. Like I would catch this one when I was still living in Brooklyn. It's like right around. Damn, it's right off of J Street.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was a good service. But then out here in Jersey, tried to find a church. Went to this church in Montclair, and the reason I went because it was like even though it was a nice area, it still had like a good amount of black people going to the service.
Yeah.
So we went there, and the thing I didn't like about the service is that they really didn't talk about the word. All they were talking about what they're doing. Like, oh, we just built this building for these services, or we doing this, so this is why we need this money for that. We need this money for the upkeep of the church. We getting this renovated. It's like, my nigga, when we gonna get to God?
Yeah. This shit is like, I used to go to a church like that where they would be like, all right, so we got a retreat. Put your deposit down for the retreat. We got CDs in the back. We got books. I just wrote a book. My wife wrote a book. My daughter got a coloring book. Yeah. Everybody go buy a book. We need people.
We need people to watch the youth upstairs.
Yeah. We need volunteers.
We need a game room,
bro. And it's like nobody's getting. I think you should get paid. Like if you're crowdfunding this fucking money, you should be able to like dole out. Here's some money for your time. Here's some gas money. Yeah. You shouldn't be expected to lose money for the sake of a church. Right. If you got it and you want to contribute to a cause that you believe in, that is your right. But them niggas be asking for too goddamn much, and old people are scared to die, bro. That's really what it is. Yeah. Like Little Richard. Yeah. Do we ever talk about the story of him?
What?
Little Richard.
What was his story?
He was gay.
Oh yeah,
and he was.
I thought you were talking about like financial. Explain that to me. I know he was gay, and I mean back then to get good at music, you had to grow up in the church. That is the one thing that the church was good for. Yeah. I think that's the problem with our singers now. These niggas not growing up in the church. Like, could you imagine that Bryson Tiller was in a choir?
Yeah, and it's like free vocal exercises and shit. Like it's a training course to be a singer. But
now to be a singer, you don't need that. To be a singer now, all you gotta do is be misogynistic. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the we don't, and that's how you get a Trey Songz or Brent Fayez.
Yeah, I think it's
the music is good not because they grew up in the choir, but just because niggas could relate to toxicness.
Yeah. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's important for somebody that's involved in art. This is why you get like the great artists, because they do what they're doing and they know why they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a thing that runs through the veins of like my entire community and shit, you know. And they're just like a larger purpose. But yeah, Little Richard grew up in a church, obviously a very homophobic upbringing. Turns out he's fucking gay as shit. Fucking, you know, gay on TV for decades, and then at the end of his life, turns his life back to God, denounces all the homosexuality that he engaged in. Yeah. And I'd like to think that he is in heaven right now.
Yeah.
That's what old people do. They fucking wild out, and then when they about to die, they're like, all right, let's clean this shit up just in case.
Yeah, that's when you hit that buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that is true. I mean, shit. The church done give Luther, Whitney.
Yeah. Do all this shit and that everyone has 2 seconds on the clock. Be like, psych.
Shit. I wanted to play this clip. I just saw this recently. So it's a documentary on Apple TV where it's called number one on the call sheet, and they interview a bunch of black actors about their experiences in Hollywood. And Eddie Murphy, he explained why he did a movie like The Adventures of Pluto Nash. I think this was actually rated like one of the worst movies ever.
Yeah, I never saw it, and I always wanted to watch it just for knowledge's sake. But everybody says it's just so fucking bad that you know.
But listen to Eddie saying this. It kind of makes sense. Like hearing it, because you know, for me, I always thought I get why a nigga with 10 kids would make that movie. It's like I gotta take care of them, but this is also a good reason right here.
I'm doing this movie because there hasn't been a movie like this with black folks, so I have to do this. That's why I did a movie like Pluto Nash. I was like, they ain't never had no niggas on the moon, so I'm gonna be the first nigga on the moon, and that's gonna open up for other niggas to be on the moon.
And
that is a good reason.
That's a great reason.
I always feel like the people that do shit first, they don't most of the time don't have it figured out. Right. But the people that do it after that, like they always figure it out. You know, that's how you have was it Dracula, Dracula 2000 with motherfucking who was in that? It was like Tiny Lister or some shit was in that. That's how you get that type of shit.
Yeah, and we definitely do need stuff like that because, you know, we watch these movies, right, where everybody is kind of doing the same roles, whereas like it would be nice to see shit. They might not have the biggest budget, but you know, you would like to see. Imagine you ever see Hidden Figures? Imagine
I didn't. I don't like watching the like docudrama. You know,
I get what you mean.
Sad civil rights shit. You know what I mean? It's just sad sometimes.
But I'm just like, it would be nice to see that interpretation on a low budget, like on a Tubi.
Tubi Hidden Figures would actually be kind of funny.
It would be Taraji beating up the white men as she go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and I feel like
she would go to the bathroom on them. So fucking.
I feel like we could find a Tubi movie that's about some like a historical like a period piece Tubi movie. We're gonna find that for sure. We're definitely gonna find one. Yeah. A civil rights Tubi movie. Martin Luther King is fucking up lines and shit. He's like, I have a dream, and then what the fuck?
Martin Luther King doing dreams and nightmares.
Yeah. Yo, you know that picture of Martin Luther King and next to Meek, and they both look alike. Yeah. Yeah. I always say the same thing with music, where like the people that go for it first, and then everybody hates it. The people that do the same shit after figure it out better, and then we're like, oh, this shit is actually cool. You know, auto tune,
right?
You know what I'm saying? We get fucking like I feel like the 3 people that were hated the most, just in like rap music, now what they're doing is what everybody's doing. Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
Young Thug. Niggas calling him gay, wearing a dress, mumbling.
painting their fingernails.
Just all around criticism. Lil Wayne, of course, with just everything he was fucking doing, not writing music, doing weird ass love songs, doing all type of weird shit. That's acceptable now. Skateboarding, and I think Lil Wayne, Lil B, Young Thug, because Lil B was just a nigga just saying whatever, just like whatever you could think of, just say it. Don't have to make sense, don't have to even rhyme, and that's what we get now. But everybody hated him at first, you know. They were destroying hip hop. That's what, if you were to ask anybody at the time that they were coming up, Young Thug especially, wearing fucking the women's clothes and mumbling, skinny jeans and shit. But now everybody's on fashion. You know, we follow the fashion trends of like the world. Yeah. You know, it's not just back then we had a lot of like black owned like streetwear brands and shit, but now it's like, you know, whatever they do in Italy is what we gonna do here. Yeah. So, yeah, that is a good point for Eddie Murphy. I forgive him for Pluto Nash.
Well, you see on Netflix, they just with the rights they're coming out with the Pop the Balloon show.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about this, but I want to see if I can talk about it without saying the word monkey or like anything racist or like the N-word. And I'm not calling them that. I'm saying like I want to make sure I approach this with care.
Yeah, well, you know, it's going to be hosted by comedian actor Yvonne Orji.
That actually made it a little less. I have a little bit less vitriol towards it now.
It's a little more class to it.
Yeah, she's like a fucking like a 55-year-old virgin or some shit.
Yeah, that is what's weird about it. Like, why you got this virgin lead in the dating show?
Yeah, I mean, like,
yeah. If you want to have somebody, especially what Pop the Balloon kind of like represents,
yeah,
don't have no class to it. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Give me the host that's fucking.
Yeah, I mean, you don't pop my balloon. How the fuck would you know? You don't know shit. Ooh, that's not gonna work for me. Nothing works for you. You don't like dick. I'm sorry. See, I was trying to be nice, but I respect her. She's a classy lady, and she deserves our respect. Although this fucking show is the bane of my existence.
It's definitely going to be a lot of brunch boots on here.
Yeah, it's going to be brunch boots and fucking hats.
Brunch boots, hats, gold chains, and turtlenecks.
Oh, a lot of fucking turtlenecks. Yeah. It's going to be a Neo lookalike contest on Netflix. But, I mean, you know, people like it. I still wish Kamala Harris never did the fucking pop the balloon advertisement. But this is one of those things where I got to be like, it's not about me. People really like this shit. Yeah. And dating is like a serious problem for some people. They're just like, how am I going to find a person that's not a serial killer to have kids with? You know? Yeah. Especially, you know, for women. Because, you know, guys aren't worried about serial killers.
I know that it is tough that, like, what women have to go through sometimes. Shit, sometimes I be stressed.
They should have never bit that apple. So they get.
No, but I be stressed for women just trying to let them know that they're safe around me. Like, you ever like, you ever be walking home late at night? This shit happens to me all the time around here. Whereas, like, cause you know, when I get off the train, I cut through the parking lots. So it's like, it might be a woman ahead of me, especially around here. It might be like a white woman or an Indian woman walking ahead of me.
They're already terrified.
And they walking through the parking lot, and I'm going the same way. But I want to let them know that they're okay. So I just gotta run past them.
Yeah, you gotta like walk in front of them, just because being behind. I don't like people behind me too, so I get that shit.
But it's tough when I start walking faster because I'm trying to pass them. But then they start walking fast. And know that I gotta run and try to pass them, but they running.
At that point, you gotta be like, "Stop running!" you gotta yell at them so they know that you're a good guy and shit.
Yeah, then I gotta grab their purse.
She's like, "Slow down! I'm trying to be respectful." But yeah, I do that shit all the time. I don't like to feel like, you know, once you look over your shoulder and look at me, I'm like, I need to get out of this. I don't want that kind of negative energy on my clothes. You know what I'm saying? That shit travels
This shit.
I found there's some ways like in like social situations where you want to like let a woman know like I'm cool, I'm not gonna hurt you, I don't even want to fuck you. Yeah. Like we can be friends, we can be acquaintances in this situation. You know what I'm saying? You could ask a woman to look at a piece of furniture and be like, I'm thinking about getting this. What do you think about this? It's like a kind of feminine question. Yeah. But it makes sense for why a guy would be trying to get some furniture.
It do.
You get their opinion on something like that has nothing to do with anything else. It just
you do gotta get women's opinion. Matter of fact, I'm glad you actually mentioned that. If there is anybody out there like as far as like into decoration or decor, help us. We got a whole. This could be a canvas right here.
Well, we put some African masks in a RBG flag, red, black, and green flag. Maybe get like some black power fist. Some kente cloth shit. That would be my idea.
Or you have. I guess above you could have some kente cloth. Mm-hmm. Above me, I would have like the theatrical poster of Princess Diaries 2.
That works. Yeah. Like spray paint an ankh on your wall. Yeah, I don't know. We gotta fucking figure something out with that shit. Yeah. Decorating, we just don't give a fuck about decorating. That's really like men. If it's not goddamn.
If it's not gonna be permanent. If I knew I was gonna be here for the next 20, 25 years, I'd be like, all right. Men never feel like they settled in until like this is completely ours. Yeah,
realistically, especially you got to think about the psychological effects of economy, like the economy being in bad shape. Because you might think, I don't know when my rent's gonna be raised on me and I gotta fucking leave. Yeah, like, you want to get attached to your place, but you don't want to make a fucking a hassle for yourself when you move out and shit. So that's maybe a negative way of looking at it, but.
No, but that's real. Like a apartment for a man, this shit is just like a dorm room without the RA.
Yeah. It really is just like it's a place to go fucking relax after you cause chaos in the world and shit.
Let me see.
After you're done chasing white women, go there, sleep, and then start again.
All right. Do you want to talk about Ashton Hall, the influencer guy that kind of blew up off of the morning routine?
Yeah, these fucking the only morning routine that you should have is smoking weed as soon as you wake up and then scrolling on Instagram.
Yeah, a real nigga morning routine. I wake up, I drink the bottle of water that was next to me from 2 days ago. You know what I used to have for like my high school breakfast? It used to be Airheads in a Arizona green tea. That was like the breakfast of champions for a while, man.
How does that even? That doesn't even sound good, dude. That just sounds just like a fucking.
I mean, I was 16.
Like your tongue is just melting off at that point. Man.
I was 16 at the time.
I used to love Airheads though.
That was a nutritious breakfast.
Airheads have a good texture. It's like eating a fake tongue. You know how you ever like twist them and into a corkscrew?
Yeah.
And you eat it. Yeah. Airheads are. We probably have cancer from those things. There's no way those dyes should be allowed. They're probably banned in every country except for America, if I'm honest. Yeah. But yeah, I used to fucking eat cereal. I don't eat cereal at all anymore. But like cereal, milk,
cereal, higher shit. Have you the
prices?
Yeah, you ain't look at the cereal. That's what made
that shit is like $8 for and it's a family size. The regular boxes from when I was a kid are family sizes now. Yeah. They're just liars. They're lying to us,
bro. The price of cereal. You go down the cereal aisle, you be like, shit, I might as well go get me a breakfast platter.
And fucking the cereal aisle is always fully stocked. Nobody's even buying cereal anymore. Yeah. Because they're like, why the fuck? Oatmeal is cheap as fuck and it's better for you.
Yeah, fuck that. You for a box of cereal, you get you some grits, bacon, toast.
Yeah. You would think all that union busting and shutting down factories and shit, Kellogg's would be able to actually fucking save some money. But it's like these motherfuckers, they wanna basically punish their entire workforce and raise prices. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a pay you for a product knowing that you use like slave labor or some shit, it should be cheap as fuck. Like Temu, Shein.
Right. What's the point of y'all cutting costs? Like, come on, y'all doing illegal shit to give me the hookup.
Yeah. I'm not trying to like fucking actually spend real money and support child labor.
Right. If I'm a spend real money on this shit, y'all could at least get some workers of age.
Yeah, or fucking treat the workers right. Cause that's what I'm thinking when I'm spending some real money. I'm like y'all niggas better be able to afford apartments for this fucking $8 box of cereal.
Bro, I'm paying $10 for the apple pie crunch just for these niggas to not even be able to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah. And fucking, you buy some shit from like Temu, you get like a fucking whole goddamn outfit for like $6. You be like, you know what? There's gonna be a traumatized child because of this, but I can finally take my girl out to dinner. So there's a silver lining here.
All right, so we got some these were actually some great questions from the listeners, man. We got some good questions from the listeners. So all right, so this first question, somebody said, what's something about being a comedian most people don't know? I say that these niggas weird.
Yeah, we're not like, every comedian isn't like the fucking, like the guy that was the class clown and everybody liked him and, you know, he was the cool, fun guy his whole life or some shit.
For most comedians, this is their first time being cool.
Yeah, that is a lot of very depressed people, a lot of socially awkward people, a lot of people that like don't, you know, how to take social cues very well.
A lot of people that were bullied, a lot of people that this is their first outlet.
Yeah, only reason I even understand jokes is because you got to learn how to get, like, you know, people off of you.
Yeah.
You know, when just impromptu roast session, somehow it just comes your way. You got to be able to either come back or deflect. Yeah. So that's, I feel like, how a lot of people get into it, or just downright bullying and just being like, you know, well, people are laughing at me, so I'm gonna fucking at least get them to laugh with me.
Somebody said, how would you describe game with women?
Game with women. How would you describe game? What is that? What like
we should I guess game.
What is the question?
Like, you know, just like what's the I guess game with women, like just how to talk to women, how to give. I guess.
Oh, is this like a guy asking for advice on how to talk to women?
No, I don't think that, but just like we would say, what's your game with women? I guess I'm out of here, so I guess it would be like listening.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I guess listening. I mean, everybody has different game. But you know,
calling a game is very old timey.
I say, but
don't the kids say Riz now? Like, what's your Riz? It's a good thing they didn't say Riz, because I would have been like, I'm not answering this.
Yeah. No, but I guess with game, whatever game you decide to lead with, you got to stay with that. So you can't be mad at, like, you know, whatever you lead with is like, that's always going to be the expectation. So you want your game to come from an honest place that's really you, whether it be listening, whether it be acts of service, whether it be gifts. A lot of people, you know, the problem with niggas be leading with money, and then they get mad when a chick like keep coming to them for the money.
Oh, so are we talking about how to get a woman or like how to maintain a woman?
I guess
like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't really know if I understand the question.
Yeah, I guess because I guess that is.
In our case, it would be maintaining because we're not out there. You know?
Yeah. But so, you know, you can't be mad if you lead off with if your game is tricking, and then you gotta maintain that over time.
Yeah, if you use the little boozy, I get $1,000. Put your pussy lips on live. I get $1,000. If that's what you do, then you got to stick to that. Yeah. I don't know. I would like more detail on what this question is, because Yeah, I guess it's a good question, and I want to answer it in like the least corny way possible because it kind of is it's like a it can turn into a corny conversation like this. You want to get numbers, you go out, you open up your shirt a little bit, show them chest hairs, and I don't know, it's weird. I feel like if you think women are actually people, it's not going to be hard. That's probably my only perspective. Like if you think women are like human beings, then they're easier shit to talk to.
No, but I can't wait to let out my chest hair this summer.
I started getting chest hair like last year. I got chest hair and gray hair in the same year. I got like 1 gray hair and like 3 chest hairs.
Bro, I'm receding and I got hair everywhere else.
Well,
Bro,
I mean that.
I got a chest, I got a stomach full of hair.
But that's good. That means you have a lot of testosterone.
Yeah, I got random hairs on my shoulders that I be having to shave.
You shave your shoulders? That's gay as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I got like back hair. I got like hair like would be like my like a tramp stamp in that area. I got hair there. I got bro, my corners is going, but I got an ass full of hair.
But that's honestly, if you look at it, that means as you're aging, you're developing with your testosterone levels are normal. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a good thing. Like, the reason your hair is like testosterone causes hair loss in some way, and growing hairs and shit. Like that's why women when they get older they get like the mustaches more and shit, or like the chin hair. Yeah, it's just like the estrogen is the losing the estrogen from their body. So
yeah, because I think
that's a natural part of life.
Bro, I be having to shave everything. I mean, not the ass is staying. That's
all right, but not to be gross. Shaving your ass, it's not like gay or nothing. If you like shave your ass hairs,
I mean, because
like,
well, it depends.
Well, I mean, like,
I ain't going nowhere near the crack.
Well, I'm. Here's the thing, and I'm the guy that calls us gay for liking gay people or some shit. He's gonna have a seizure when he hears this. But it's not weird to like shave your ass because it would just help with like wiping. Yeah. And I hate poop is like my least favorite topic on earth, and I wish I didn't even bring it up. But there is a like real need for men to wipe correctly. So I hear women are still complaining about this. Yeah. It's 2025. We have had the same entire anatomy since the dawn of time, and we still don't know how to clean it yet. So that's weird.
Because you don't want you don't want your lady down there going. You don't.
Yeah, and I really do try to keep it respectful. That's like it's a self-care thing to like make sure you are as clean as possible, and it's a like respect for your partner to be like, you are free to do whatever you want because you're not gonna run into no weird smells.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, over here, I'm a healthy person. Yeah. So I love fruit. I love strawberries, I love blueberries, raspberries, but we try to keep away the dingleberries.
Yeah, man. If you like your balls cleaned and shit, then that's not weird.
See, this is why we gotta get that Manscaped money.
Yeah, bro. Why we doing free advertisements and shit, bro? Like the fuck.
I'm gonna have to hit up Manscaped and Blue Chew.
Yeah,
they kind of go together.
You gotta take a Blue Chew so it's easier to shave your balls because you're gonna be rock hard and it's gonna be a better surface to shave. That's 2 in 1. Run my fucking money. Yeah, guys, we need to like clean up after ourselves and stop fucking stinking and shit. Yeah. Then I guess I don't know if we're still on the topic of game, but if you fucking stink, you're already out of that whole like. That's you gotta smell like a man. You gotta smell like musk.
No, that's my game. Yo, I love because I wash clothes a lot. So bro, when I'm out, it feels so good to like so many people come up to me telling me I smell like laundry.
And I don't know how you do it. Did you wash these mic covers? Do you wash them?
No.
Because there was one time when I was talking on a mic and I was like, yo, this shit smell like a fucking field of daisies. This shit smells like fucking.
I think I just do go too overboard with the detergent.
Nah, man, you gotta. I mean, you might be killing the environment a little bit or something, but I think it's worth it because people notice.
No, yeah, they do. Shit, like, nigga, my mom asked me, What do I do to the laundry?
That's
Yeah.
that's a question you ask your mom.
Right.
That's like your mom asking you how to like do her W-2s. Like, that's fucking great.
Yeah, man. So in the last question, somebody said, and I really like this question a lot, and this is something I'm probably going to think about, like moving forward as this thing continues to grow. Somebody said, "What's y'all plan for when the pod blows up and this is full time for y'all?"
I'll probably myself before that. Life is gonna be too much by then, you know, financial collapse, and I'll probably be out of there before that happens. So,
for me, I really do want to like. I do want to do some like type like Black Panther type shit. Like as far as like that's why I say
like the movie or the organization.
Organization.
Oh, I thought he was like, you want to get a suit that absorbs that absorbs momentum and fight crime with it.
I'm gonna get some mics of vibranium. And then I want to be able to camouflage. I want to be able to camouflage the studio so white people can't see. No,
yeah, make it look like a fucking trap house.
No, I want to as far as like that's why I be telling the listeners to send in like community events, because there is no reason that we can't have like some type of like lunch programs or like just some type of like get-togethers, some type of farming as far as like produce for the community. I've been seeing that happen like as far as like I've seen a few influencers. Next week I'm a had a name, but it was somebody that was like giving out locations on where to get free eggs or eggs for cheap. So I think like that's one of the things I really do. Like
that's a great point, man.
Like,
people need to ask more questions about how they can benefit their community.
Yes.
Instead of how to fucking how to get bitches in a bar and shit.
Right,
I don't give a fuck about that.
Because I feel like that's the problem is like everybody is worried about how we could get money, but it's like how could we really like, you know, grow long term together.
Yeah, and I think the reason why we should be asking about it is because I don't think I know exactly the best way to like, you know, actually make my community better. I don't think most of us really know. I think a lot of people do good things and they could put you on, and I would like this to be more of a space that encourages that. And I know those people are out there, like you just said. You got some people.
Yeah. So I definitely want to like, you know,
donate, volunteer.
I don't really question if like comedy is going to work out. I think we kind of like both all in with this. So it's just always,
yeah, like I said, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna myself.
So I just always look at it like, you know, it's just a matter of time of when this does like catch on, because I know we both moving with the right intentions.
Yeah. Either this works or I will off of a building. And I don't want anybody to worry about me. Oh my God, Asante, are you okay? I am totally fine. But if this does not work out, I won't be.
Yeah, so if y'all do have any community events, I mean, please share those with us. The plan for this thing, you know, the plan is to spread as much positivity as possible, and to get a community of people that work together, and to like just get people to open up to new ideas. So yeah. I want our listeners to embrace, you know, just being open to others. Yeah, so yeah, you know, you don't gotta be you don't have to be angry with the LGBT people. You don't have to be angry with if people women, if
or,
people
immigrants,
if people have progressive ideas, you know, we want people to just be empathetic to others.
Yeah.
It's crazy because, like, you know, people be mad at trans people because they say, oh, trans people are taking over sports. It's like, it's
good, in my opinion, but good. I think if we have some people that want to play sports and they transitioned, maybe we should give them a league or something.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems weird that because you grew up with a like a different orientation or whatever the fuck you call it, you can't play sports now.
Right. Yeah.
Like, nigga, you can't fucking shoot a basketball with your friends because you fucking you're of a certain persuasion or some shit. So make sure you fucking hug your mother or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want you're on the right track. Like I do want to make sure that we spin this positively.
Just the goal for this is to just bring people together and spread positivity, man.
Yeah. So you gotta tell the emperor that he has no clothes on.
Yeah.
You can't let these fucking podcasters tell you shit that ain't fucking true, and that includes me.
Yeah.
I be saying bullshit on here.
Yeah.
And you are free to call me out on it.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we definitely do appreciate y'all tuning in with us. Definitely appreciate y'all taking this journey with us.
I hope you guys enjoyed us sucking our own fucking dicks for the past 5 minutes about how good of people we are. I'm trying, man. I've been a piece of shit my whole life, so I'm trying.
Yeah. Bro, I'm a terrible nigga.
Yeah.
So it's like we could try to be good for an hour and a half, 2 hours out the week.
Yeah, I'm about to go rob an old lady after this. I'm about to fucking steal some goddamn credit card numbers off the dark web. Remember that comic that he said he took the credit card, gave it back to her? You think we don't got a picture of that in my camera roll right now? So let me make up for this. We gotta get to heaven somehow.
Yeah. But shit, man, this has been a good one. This has been a good one, man.
Yeah, please send us the front and back of your cards.
All right, man.
Zip codes too.
So yeah, but we'll catch y'all next week though, man. It's been a good one. I'm Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris.
And we out of here.
Bye.